Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aries, August 27, 2024. When it comes to discipline, you sometimes react as though the guillotine had been drawn. The resistance to discipline can be quite strong. For instance, if you begin to think of all the things you could be doing to live a healthier life, you could easily scare yourself. Try noticing what you already do that is working for you. Then try to figure out what you really enjoy and what feels like a chore. Perhaps you can adjust and put more in of the former and reduce the latter. See how it goes. Today's vibrations will make you hypersensitive. You to see things in great depth now, which puts you in a hot-tempered state and frustrates you. Since you may be a little rough with your family and friends, prudence is advised. Hold up on any ideas that are too abstract and concentrate on your relationships with your family and friends. Be willing to compromise and everything will go well. Whether it's the weekend or a weekday, today is equally positive on both ends of your working week. The weekend allows you to enjoy the moment while also preparing for the upcoming workweek. Energies from playful, creative, and adventurous influences keep momentum strong despite recent changes in celestial events. Meanwhile, significant developments are unfolding in your income, work, and career areas thanks to current influential energies. The moon may have left your romantic sector yesterday, but the impact from these romantically charged lunar vibes and a mix of romantic nostalgia and anticipation that has been building for days is likely to linger. 2 days after the sun left an adventurous part of your chart and with the moon now gone from your romantic sector, it is the planets staying on that will keep the momentum going and in retrograde motion, will continue to hold the doors open to the past. Good energy is with you for a new understanding of matters along compassionate lines early today. Bringing an open mind and heart into your close personal relationships can bring rewards, and coming to someone's aid can be rewarding. As the day advances, the tone is on the serious side with a Mars-Saturn transit in play. A challenge now can remind you of limits, rules, or obstacles, most notably through a person or relationship. This means it's time to slow down, reconsider, review, and adjust. There can be difficulties with a partner or superior today, or you may feel that you're misunderstood or blocked when it comes to pursuing your goals or asserting your wishes. Watch for defensiveness, which won't serve you well, and do your best with what you have. Blocks are temporary and may very well be helpful, as redirection can pull your attention to flaws that need correcting before going forward. As the regal and powerful lion symbolizes you, nothing tends to shake you. However, this week's cosmic weather is igniting like a fire tornado ready to burn everything in its path. You cannot win these battles this week in your personal or romantic life, and if you try, it will only make matters worse. This is why today is teaching you to succumb to the pressures being thrown at you from both your career and romantic life, pulling you apart at the seams. You may think you can juggle everything or everyone, but they seem to disagree. As your professional commitments change, it could give you a greater leg to stand on. But adjusting is never truly easy for a fixed sign going through a fixed square between Mars in Taurus and Saturn retrograde in Aquarius. If you want to move forward as a professional powerhouse, then you will need to seek compromise with your relationships and arrangements. Success is contingent upon flexibility, which may not come easily. Keep an open mind about the potential modifications in your professional obligations and partnerships, since they could positively influence your career. Our eyes in the sky. If you find yourself more alert than usual tonight, try not to worry. Instead, see this as an opportunity, a moment when your mind might be more open to possibilities. Sometimes, those nights when we can't seem to wind down are exactly when our brains are trying to tell us something. Maybe there's a creative spark bubbling up inside you that's waiting to be explored, or perhaps there's an issue you've been putting off that's finally rising to the surface. Have you ever had one of those moments where an idea comes to you at the most unexpected time? This could be one of those nights. Take a moment to check in with yourself. What thoughts keep coming back to you? What ideas are trying to make their way to the forefront of your mind? You might be surprised by the clarity that comes when you stop resisting and start exploring what's going on in your head. Sometimes, simply allowing yourself the space to think can lead to unexpected insights. Of course, with all this mental activity, it can also be hard to relax and get the rest you need. If you find yourself tossing and turning, consider trying some relaxation techniques to quiet the mind. Deep breathing, gentle stretching, or even jotting down your thoughts in a journal can help bring a sense of calm. Have you ever tried writing things down before bed? Sometimes, getting those thoughts out of your head and onto paper is all it takes to ease the mental chatter and let you drift off to sleep. Now, with all this buzzing energy, it's important to keep an eye on your impulses, especially when it comes to spending. It's so easy to fall into the trap of making quick purchases when you're feeling restless or overwhelmed. Have you ever found yourself doing a little online shopping late at night, only to wonder the next day if you really needed that new gadget or pair of shoes? The energy right now can make those little impulse buys seem more tempting than usual, but try to resist making any big financial decisions unless they're absolutely necessary. If you do need to make a purchase or financial commitment, take a moment to pause and assess it with a clear head. Ask yourself, is this something I really need, or am I just looking for a quick comfort? There's nothing wrong with treating yourself to a small indulgence, especially if it lifts your spirits. But be mindful of the difference between a minor treat and a bigger commitment that could have long-term consequences. The key here is balance. Gemini energy can be fast-paced and sometimes a little scattered, so grounding yourself is essential. Have you ever noticed that when your mind is racing, it can help to step back and gain some perspective? Maybe that means reaching out to a friend for a quick chat, taking a walk to clear your head, or simply doing something that brings you back to center. Find what works for you, and give yourself permission to take that step back when needed. And if you're feeling particularly energized tonight, lean into it. This is a great time to brainstorm, create, or even just daydream about the possibilities ahead. Sometimes, those late-night bursts of inspiration can lead to our best ideas. Whether it's a new project, a fresh perspective on a challenge, or simply a clearer vision of where you want to go next, embrace the creative energy that's flowing through you. Remember, though, it's all about balance. While it's exciting to ride the wave of inspiration, be sure to weave in moments of calm and mindfulness to keep yourself grounded. Have you ever found that perfect balance between productivity and relaxation, where everything just seems to flow? That's what we're aiming for tonight, a harmonious blend of creativity and calm.